Submission is in the DNA of a believer. But men and women, I submit to mama in many things. There are many things I submit to mama in. Once we just compare knowledge and I discover she's coming from a superior angle, I submit sharp. I'll just submit and collect it and take credit for it. When we go home, I give her small from the credit. The man was not made for the woman. The woman was made for the man. That's Bible. My wife and all that she has, she's mine. If she's smart, it's my smartness. If she's successful, it's my success. If she's outstanding, it's my outstanding. I'm not intimidated. I love her and I crave for an enabling environment to fly.
Videos like this will show you the extent that some men will go just trying to validate their entitlement to their wife's free will, to their wife's autonomy, to anything good about their wife, right? So basically, an average man goes out there, you marry a woman that is intelligent and everything, but you are doing it just because you want to take advantage of her, because that is what it is. So if you say that your wife submits to you, does she now take credit for the things that you have done and say, yeah, it is me, and then she'll come later and thank you? No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that when he submits to his wife, he calls it submission. But at the end of it all, it is all about taking credit. Do you have to take credit for what another person has done? It's just the same thing as plagiarism. You want to write a paper or a thesis, and then after writing it, you took ideas from somebody. And instead of, giving that person credit, you now say, all ideas are mine. And then you're planning to go later and say, thank you, I used it. It doesn't work that way. The public needs to know where the idea comes from. If you get an idea from a video or whatever, it's important that you say, hey, I got this idea. Thanks to this person for this inspiration or stuff of that nature, right? It's not you feeling like, okay, not only will I take credit for what idea she has given me or what idea she has come up with, I will also make sure that nobody knows it is her, right? So that at the end of it all, everybody's looking at you like, hey, that's the superstar. But at the same time, they're now saying, oh, she is the wife of. Meanwhile, she's the one that has all these great ideas. And that's what we have seen in society over the centuries. When we're talking out here on social media, some men will be like, what can women do? Men are the ones that built society. We built the roads. We discovered medicine. We did this, we did that. But a closer look at history reveals that there are so many things that women came up with that were credited to men just because women were not allowed to show up in the public space. Go and check it in history. Right? So this man is coming out here, still affirming it. We are trying to go back to history. People are digging up and say, hey, we need to correct these narratives. Oh, this thing that they said is a man that found it out. Oh, it's actually a woman that found it. People are coming out, doing research and finding out who actually is behind some of these things. But this man is still saying, no, we need to go back to the ancient times where we are taking somebody just to take advantage of them. What does it take to acknowledge that somebody has done something great? Even God himself, right? Jesus came down to earth, died and did all whatnot, and paid the price. And God gave him a name above all names. Even though the Bible says that God raised Jesus from the dead. God didn't say, look, I raised him, now I am the name above all names. He said, no, Jesus is the one that came to the earth and paid the price and did whatever he needed to do. And so I give him credit. So why is it so hard for you guys? You are quoting one thing, but you are doing the opposite. At the end of it all, it just shows me there is no need to get involved in a relationship, because once you do, then nobody needs to know that you are smart. He is just basically saying that the whole purpose of marriage is to make sure that a woman's destiny, a woman's glory is covered. Bible says that if you have a light, you don't hide it under a bushel, but you put it on top of a table so that everybody in the room can see it and say, wow, this room is bright. But basically he's saying, no, once a woman comes into the relationship with me, I become the cover. I become a covering cast. I become the veil. I cover her. So even when she's shining, I go and tap from her. I get ideas from her. And then I go and say, it is me. That is stealing. It is stealing. So do you guys, notion of submission and all whatnot, we are not submitting to it. We're not subscribing to it. Not anymore. It's not working. Even at the end of everything, God is going to call us and say, okay, well done, good and faithful servant. That's what the Bible says, right? So at that point, who are they going to praise? Are they going to say, well done, good and faithful man? It doesn't make sense. Everybody will account for what they have done. So the bad ones that your wife does, let's say she makes poor choices. Will you also say, it is me, I take credit for it? No, you won't. Abi, you say, that my wife is my wife. You see, we see through these lies. We see through this nonsense. We are not moved anymore by spiritual jingoism and big language and jargon. We are not moved by all that. We are human. We have free will. And getting into a relationship doesn't strip us of the right to be acknowledged, doesn't strip us of the right to showcase our skills and talents to the world and be acknowledged for that. And it is what it is.